succession planning. Councilmember Harris.
I just wanted to raise some discussion tonight because we don't have a succession plan in place when we have long-term employees with the city that are planning on retiring, let's say within 6 months to a year. And I think it's critically important that we have a plan in place to address that situation. So I'm going to make a motion that we ask our city attorney to look into helping us draw up a succession plan for long-term employees that are planning to retire.
The motion is to ask the city attorney to draw up a succession plan for
Consideration of the council when we have long-term employees who are planning on retirement.
Do I have a second on this item?
I'll second that. I think we probably need to ask him if he's willing to do this first.
It's just money.
Is this open now for discussion?
Yes.
When David was here, I asked him about this, and he had a plan for the key positions that he was working on. I asked him a couple people, and he had things that he was working on, and things that he was looking for training, and things that he did get people out there training for succession. And I agree with Ms. Harris on the need for a succession plan, but I don't agree that the city attorney does that. It's pretty clear in the charter that the city manager is hiring the people. So I believe it's more appropriate when we get the permanent city manager that he puts in place a succession plan, because he's the one hiring. We don't hire. We don't approve who is going to move from one position to another. It's real clear in the charter. And the city attorney has no position in that at all. Not really. Now, whether it's relative to modifications to the personnel ordinance, maybe. But this is a city manager's job. And when we get the new city manager, we can task the new city manager with putting in place a succession plan. I believe we need one. I believe it's appropriate. And any manager would automatically pick up on that and look at it, because he doesn't want to be standing there when he loses a department head and that department flounders. He knows that, or she knows that if it's a woman. So I believe that this should be deferred to the new city manager.
I believe Pam's on the right track here, and I think she's on the right track with involving our city attorney, because our city manager is definitely going to want to have his bases covered, and he needs to have the city attorney to make sure that happens for him. I think any city manager is going to have his attorney to make sure what he puts in place, he's going to be able to cover the city on if he offends any employees and such, if that makes sense. So that's what our city attorney's job is, to protect the city from lawsuits and liability and things of that nature. So I'm all for this.
Does the, I know that Sally's been working with Valerie, getting ready for her retirement. Does HR, is that not something that HR director would put together? Lee's not here, is she?
No, she had a death in her family. I know when I hired Valerie, I was working with the city manager at the time, which was Ted Meadows, and that's why we created the position as assistant city clerk, so that we would begin that process, which we did in 2010. We've been working on it, working our plan since January 2010. We're right on track of where we need to be.
So the motion, could you reread the motion, Sally?
I've already, that the city attorney draw up a succession plan for long-term employees that are retired.
And we had a second.
Yes.
Any other questions or discussion on this item?
I just wondered if maybe be just key personnel. Do you have any input in on
Department
that?
heads?
Yeah.
I would be glad to amend my motion to keep key personnel who are long-time employees that plan to retire. I'd be happy to amend my motion that way.
I'll second that.
Of course, I'll do whatever the council directs me to do, but I would definitely be working in conjunction with the city manager and the HR director. I would merely just be drafting it at the discretion and instruction of their input. So I don't plan to make any firm decisions myself without getting that direction from them. And then, of course, you all would approve it. So,
Okay, we have a motion and a second and a clarification. Roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Souza?
No.
Yes, sir.
Councilmember Wyatt?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Harris?
Aye.
Councilmember Curley? Mayor Mayberry?
Aye. Motion carries.